Music do you think cheese like? In today's TVPSS SJKC Xinhua News Report, we shall break down 5 of the most fascinating news ever. But first, let us introduce ourselves so you get to know us better.
Hello, I'm Jensis Lee from Year 6B.
And I'm Bryden Lopez from Class 6B. Let us dive into the topic of dancing cheese. Apparently, some scientists did some strange experiments back in 2018, lining up 9 blocks of cheese and played each chunk a different melody. In March 2019, professional cheese tasters claimed that the cheese they've been listening to hip-hop music tasted delicious. They concluded the experiment that sound waves changes the flavor of cheese. What go the news?
What kind of competition do you think the Office Chair Grand Prix is? Last year in June, a funny competition was held in Japan. It was a race that involves hundreds of people wheeling around in a special course in office chairs. People had to wear helmets, knee, and shoulder pads. Do you know what the grand prize was? A huge bag of rice.
Moving on, I believe getting stuck in seaweed is the most ridiculous thing someone experiences. That goes to a woman in Queensland who went through the same incident in December last year. This seaweed, known as the cornflake seaweed, is a type of alga that helps the sea animals, keeping the marine environment healthy for them. But seaweed season happened to be around the corner, and the woman unintentionally ran into it. It wasn't long before help came in the nick of time.
Toast spread with butter is everyone's usual breakfast. But what about using butter to make an art sculpture? Back in August 2019, farmers donated 1,000 kilos of butter to just make a life-size sculpture of 3 astronauts for a farm show in the United States. In case you don't know what a sculpture is, just look it up on Google. I'm lazy to talk about it anyways. Artists had to put on some warm clothes and do their work in a huge fridge to prevent it from melting.
I think we all know who the mighty king of the jungle, right? Lions. Back in July last year, a lion in a zoo in Japan escaped from its beloved home. Turns out it was a person under a lion's cosplay who was tasked with a special mission. They helped zookeepers train to deal with animals that got out of his enclosure. During the practice, keepers struggled to get it back home safe and sound. But let's just hope that never happens to a real lion.
Elephants doing yoga. Elephants at the Hosta Zoo in US have been staying limber by taking up yoga. The zoo's 12 pachyderms do elephant yoga sessions as part of their daily health checks. One 40-year-old named Tess is able to balance her massive body on her front legs and do several stretches. Zoo elephant manager Kristen Windle said despite weighing 3,000 kilograms, Tess is very flexible and the only one who can do a handstand. Each session lasts less than 5 minutes, with some older elephants doing 2 sessions a day to keep their joints loose. We'll get a good look at their skin. We'll check their feet. We'll check their mouth, said Miss Windle. But we're also looking at their range of motion and how they're moving, so we can know exactly what they're feeling by these training sets.
Staying healthy is a slam dunk for rescued sea otter. Juno. Juno was trained a few years ago at the Oregon Zoo in the US to put a ball through a plastic basketball hoop as a way of exercising her elbow joints to avoid stiffness in our toes. Until recently, her athletic feats took place behind the scenes in a training pool. But now, thanks to the zoo maintenance team, 9-year-old Juno is slam dunking for everyone to see in a specially made hoop mounted to the rock wall of a public enclosure. Juno loves to play basketball, said senior marine life keeper Nicole Nicasso Hiskey. She gets so excited whenever we bring the ball out for her training sessions. And she's good too! Juno dribbles the ball by swimming around the hoop with it. She ends each session with some of her favorite fresh seafood.
That will conclude from all of the funniest news ever. That was a heck of a ride, and we wish to continue our journey next time. Bye!